Now we're going to take a closer look at Nvidia. They did announce a few update. They did announce a blog update about a new product or software solution that they have, and it just kind of shows how this AI market can continue to bring new solutions pretty much out of thin air to some extent. So on April 25th, NVIDIA made a blog about something about a solution they call Nemo guardrails. But before we take a closer look at Nemo guardrails, I kind of want to explain a little bit about Nemo and their framework. NVIDIA's Nemo framework is pretty much a framework that is used to train or to pretty much train these large language models that we're seeing right now in the world. So you can kind of get this NVIDIA Nemo framework of their AI software package that they have for enterprises and other solutions. They also have it open source, but if you are kind of an AI enterprise, you might just want to get the AI software, which comes with NVIDIA's Nemo framework. And we are seeing that, hey, we are seeing a huge push in large language models right now. Microsoft mentioned that so many customers are now using their OpenAI's API software, API solution, where they're kind of using those large language models to kind of create some form of chatbot, some form of application to kind of meet some form of needs. So Nemo Guardrail is pretty much a way to ensure that these LLMs don't go crazy and don't go out of whack. They do mention that it works with all large language models available right now, including OpenAI's ChatGPT. They do kind of create and kind of showcase three examples or three type of guardrails. They mentioned the topical guardrail, which kind of prevents the LLM from venturing off into some other area. Let's say, for example, you are a customer, you created a customer assistant chat box. You only want that chatbot to talk about customer issues, not talk about the weather, not talk about who's playing what game today. So it's kind of making sure to create some guardrails that it stays on topic, which I think makes sense. Next, safety guardrails, right? Make sure that they can filter what they're sending and what they can't send. I know we've kind of seen, unfortunately, on the bad end of this AI, sometimes some bad people can use these AIs for some really bad solutions. So safety guardrails there, and then security guardrails as well. Usually when you have some form of large language model, they can really jump into other places, and you want to make sure that they're not going into restricted apps or making connections with external third parties that might not be safe. So I think this is pretty interesting, the kind of guardrails. I don't think it's anything revolutionary in my opinion, guys, but it just kind of showcased that, hey, with this AI market, there's going to be new solutions that could be coming out of nowhere. And I think this bodes well for companies like Nvidia and a lot of and a lot of companies, maybe in the software space, that are dealing with AI. For example, this Nvidia Nemo framework is available as open source on GitHub and is also part of Nvidia's AI enterprise software platform. So maybe a company is not using any Nvidia solutions out there, but let's say they want to kind of get these guardrails, they can get them, and then they might see the benefits of using some of the other solutions that NVIDIA has. Again, this is a very, very quick update. The company doesn't report earnings anytime soon, but we are seeing more more solutions coming out there. I just want to hear your thought, guys, on maybe this or maybe just future. What do you guys think of the AI kind of creating solutions out of nowhere or needs out of nowhere? Nick, I'll send it your way first.
Discover the world of semiconductors without getting lost in the technical jargon. My new membership offers a perfect balance for investors looking to understand this exciting market. Using my electrical engineering knowledge and experience, I will release weekly exclusive videos ranging from quick 5-minute 101s to in-depth analysis, covering not just popular chip stocks, but aiming to explore every public semiconductor. Plus, join a private community of like-minded investors. Finally, I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and check out fool.com/Jose for the 10 best stocks to buy now. With that link, you get a promotional offer for their subscription service. Now, let's continue with today's episode.
My feelings on Nvidia are pretty well documented. Um, I'll just maybe just reiterate. I think the strongest, stickiest, most deeply embedded businesses in the economy, tech in the tech world, combine hardware and software, and Nvidia is doing that unlike anyone else. That's certainly not a recommendation to buy the stock at these levels, but it does help explain why there is so much renewed optimism in what Nvidia is doing right now. This is just one example of how they're starting to make a lot of money in software as well as their GPU business.
Thank you for that, Nick. And I do want to say, now that I'm reminding about these chatbots, during the earnings call of Meta Platforms, one of the generative AI solutions that Meta was thinking of maybe pushing out in the future is having some form of chatbot solutions for small, medium-sized businesses that can help with customer services. So I know partnerships of there's a really big partnership with Meta, or a good, I guess, money partnership between Meta and Nvidia. I know early last year, Meta was one of the top purchasers of the A100, or maybe 2 years ago, and I'm pretty sure they continue to buy plenty of GPUs here from Nvidia. So it's pretty cool to see how, when we think of chatbots, we can see how large language models can really benefit that industry. And then we can see how a company like Meta Platforms can also benefit with a nice amount of small, medium sized businesses that might not have software developers to develop these kind of solutions, or have the type of funds to be able to do that. But then Meta might be able to kind of solve that solutions for small businesses. Billy, any thoughts on your end on this very quick update, or just about the overall AI market right now?
I continue to be astounded by the pace of innovation at Nvidia. Truthfully, with the new, I mean, they have several new software platforms they've unveiled over, I think, just the past year. I'm also curious exactly how the safety guardrails work in this. Who's saying what's appropriate, accurate information? I guess the software might allow whoever's using the AI to plug in like sort of no go topics. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I assume if anyone knows how to do this, it's probably Nvidia, um, given their expertise and their R and D here. Um, but yeah, it's weird because the government regulations of this are probably going to be slow, but the pace of AI innovation is going to be exponential. So it's going to be on Nvidia, it's going to be on Microsoft, and it's going to be on Google to sort of self-police the use of AI.
Mm-hmm.
I think as it grows, so it's going to be very important, and um, it's just it's going to be fascinating to watch how this sort of unfolds because the pace of innovation in these chatbots and at these companies is really amazing. It's what you get when you get exponential, I think, progress, or exponential growth and innovation that we're getting in AI right now. And certainly there's other startups that are coming on as well. Um, the other, I think Microsoft talked about even some other startups that they're working with besides OpenAI. I know Amazon is working with a few different AI startups, and hopefully it doesn't go like Wild West and something damaging happens. Hopefully these companies get a handle on it before this stuff is rolled out at scale. But I don't know. It should be good for advanced semiconductors, which is all I care about. No, I'm
Yeah.
joking. It's not all I care about, but uh, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to watch how these companies try to innovate really quickly and beat competitors, but then also put in the right safeguards, and who the trusted authority is on that. Was it Nvidia, or is it like your own internal engineers, or is it the government? So fascinating to watch.
But I think it's great that you mentioned that. It reminded me of, I forget, it was one of these three big tech giants that just talked. I'm pretty sure it was Microsoft, and an analyst was pretty much, "Hey, how are you guys worried about this AI market evolving too quickly, and how future kind of regulations might affect that?" And I'm pretty sure it was Microsoft, and they ended up saying, pretty much saying, "Hey, that is true." But one thing that when we first started working on this AI market, we created this internal team that focuses on us creating guardrails. And every time we develop a new solution, we kind of do internal audits to make sure we're following those guardrails that we designed many years ago. So the real question is, are these guardrails enough to be enough to what maybe future government regulations might give? But at least there is some cushion room that they have created from right now. So thank you for reminding me back of that, Billy. So I think this is a great way to just end this topic. Thank you again to Billy, and thank you again to Nick.